Well, you go to order a glass of wine in a restaurant. Do you always get Chardonnay or a glass of Cabernet?
Now, there's nothing wrong with that, of course, but there's so many wines to choose from that will provide you with a totally different experience. Foxcroft Wine Company can help you with that. Get out of your wine comfort zone. That's what Foxcroft Wine Company and the owner, Conrad Hunter, want all of us to do. Thanks for inviting us here today.
Thanks for coming.
Okay, the truth is a lot of us are in a comfort zone when it comes to wine. We buy wines from well-known makers, and we buy the same thing over and over again. You'd like us to be a little more adventurous.
Sure, that's our job. Of course, everybody starts at the same place. You know, they start with the first thing they discover and have an inkling or taste for. And a lot of people never move beyond that. But that's our job as an independent wine store and wine retailer, is to expose you guys to different things.
Okay, well, help us branch out. I mean, where do we begin?
Well, most people shop wine by what they're comfortable with, like I said. They look for Cabernet, Chardonnay, Pinot Noir, things they're used to, and there's nothing wrong with that. I do it too. But if you learn to shop by the back label, though, you can really open up a whole new world of taste possibilities.
Okay, can you kind of show us what it is that we're looking for?
Sure. When I say shop by the back label, what you want to look for is certain importers. This is more indicative of European and imported wine rather than domestic. Most domestic producers, you know, have their own distribution systems, and it's self-explanatory. But there's a lot of guys out there that import wine, and they've built a career of it over the years, finding small, artisanal, family-owned estates and bottlings that really bring authenticity to the experience. For example, Wygant Metzler. This is Peter Wygant. He was a former lawyer, and he got the wine bug and thought it'd be a great idea to start bringing wine in. It's turned into a full-time career. He's been in it about 35, 40 years. Chateauneuf de Pape is from the south of France. It's a great wine. It's dominantly Grenache, but beautiful wine. Here's another. Neil Rosenthal, same thing. He was a wine merchant. He was frustrated with the lack of availability of great wines and started going to the source and importing his own wines. And anytime you see his name on the label, you know it's going to be great.
So we as consumers do not need to shy away from these smaller winemakers. I mean, the truth is, as we mentioned, the marketers are counting on us going back to the same wine over and over again.
Well, they look for simplicity, and a lot of these guys are trying to simplify their labels, but there's a lot of tradition involved too. Like here you see the Champeau. That's a individual vineyard, you know, within Gevrey-Chambertin. It's First Cru means it's Premier Cru. That's the second level down from Grand Cru. That means it's a better quality than the average Bourgogne. It seems complicated, but once you learn to read the labels, it's very easy.
Okay.
And that's what we're for here.
Well, I was going to ask you about that. If somebody needs some help reading these labels, if that still feels intimidating, the best thing to do really is to come in here to Foxcroft Wine Company and talk to someone like you.
Right. We've got a great staff that's very knowledgeable about all these wines. They love to drink them often, and so they can point you in the right direction. And it may not be the right wine for you, but it'll definitely be a new experience. And the more we work with you, we can find what your palate is, where you're at. We try not to push people too far or too little, and you know, we bring people, whatever level you're at, we meet you there.
So Conrad, there's no reason to be intimidated. We can walk in here and be a wine novice and ask whatever it is that we'd like.
Exactly. It's just grape juice.
It's just grape juice. Conrad, thank you so much. I'm telling you, I love Foxcroft Wine Company. They have 2 locations, one on Fairview Road, another in Dilworth. Go to foxcroftwine.com for more information, foxcroftwine.com. Really, I've been to both the locations. They're so beautiful. They've got a great feel. When I was there, after we were done shooting that piece, I may have bought 2 bottles of wine that they turned me on to. I told them what I normally like to drink, and I wanted to try something different, and both were fantastic.
Wow, good for you.
Yeah, it's a great place. All right, still